good morning. My name is Genesis Fernandez, and today talk about the flight and the cabin crew teamwork improving safety in aviation. Okay, in the 1916 accidents rates increased to a large extent until the 1917, but the part of decline in the accident rate was attributed to starting to provide better equipment and better training in the technical aspect of flight. Although there were more factors that helped increase these risks, and there were two things. The action related to the crew, such as pure decision making, inefficient communication, and inappropriate leadership and task management. These factors contributed over 60% and 80% of accidents and incidents. Therefore, in the midnight hearings, cockpit training was seen as the large research management adopted in some airlines. Peer-to-peer communication between the cabin and the flight deck were contributing factors in accident and incidents, and the cabin resource management expand to the cabin and other operation areas. It's not properly called CRM. For example, on March 28, there was an accident at the Air Ontario Fokker that crashed on takeoff in Dryden, Ontario. In this accident, there were 49 dead. The accident investigation found that the cabin crew did not tell the pilots that there was wet snow on the wing. In this case, the lack of communication of the crew member was one of the main causes of failure, since he believed that because the pilots knew about the situation, they could solve it. A main focus of CRM is the effective communication and coordination of the team. Although an individual performance remains important, cabin crew personnel offer an important resource of information. For that reason, the more time they act on the two crew components as equipment, the more likely the crew solution will increase and decrease error management. In the other hand, a CRM training as an important safety contributor when developing teamwork between cabin crew and flight deck, but during normal and emergency operation. There are four types of cultures that can influence communication between CRM crews and are the national culture of the crew members, the professional culture, the organization culture, and the safety culture of the organization. In the case of cultures, people of homogeneous cultures tend to have positive influence when they communicate with each other. But when different cultures interact in problem solution situation, negative results can occur, including communication errors. In addition to cultural difference, the commercial aircraft environment is divided into two geographical environments, the cockpit and the cockpit. There is another barrier apart from the culture one, and this is the physical barrier that implies that the cabin crew can be further divided by the class in the cabin in which they work, whether first class, business, or coach. The CRM teach crew members to use all the resources available to the crew, such as hardware, software, and other people to achieve a safe flight. Before September 11, there were many operation chants that restrict access to the flight deck during the flight. One of them was to strengthen service. The basic philosophy is that the fuel deck and these pilots occupants must be protected at all times by prohibiting unauthorized persons from entering the flight deck. This means limiting the number of times the crew enters or leaves the cockpit with the entry and exit process as fast as possible.
Hello, my name is Nelson. Continue the presentation, flight and cabin crew teamwork improve safety in aviation. The other important factor is the trend of formation. To improve in Syrian a streamline of communication in emergency situations, there are human factors that are considered multidisciplinary by the authorities aviation. The Syrian is used to facilitate practice and feedback in the coordination of the group. And training can take place through teaching in class. It can be followed by scenarios based on training. In self-guided training, the limitations of the method should be evaluated. The result of the training is the delivered knowledge and cognitive ability or performance. The important components of training are knowledge is the ability of the individual to take their knowledge and to perform an action. And perform is the ability or the individual combine knowledge and skills such as inference and judgment. Also, the trend of training is based on PCC. The reality is that there is still a need for classroom instruction. The other critical factor is joint Syrian training. The European Aviation Safety Agency published a personal for Syrian training for comments on its recommendations. On the other hand, the Syrian group is responsible for providing recommendations related to the improvement of Syrian training among several employees, working to improve the efficiency and safety of the entire operations team, such as this person or this person. They suggest that the guidance of the FFA and OACI guidance that promotes joint Syrian training, exercise among pilots, such as this person, flight attendant, such as this team or this group, technical person. The success effective joint training of depends on the ability of the facilitators with mastery. Mm, the any the some advantages such as to help the Syrian in practice to understand the roles and responsibilities of the others. The two advantages to further facilitate discussions that may be more complex and the context based on the transmission of technical knowledge. Effective Syrian skills require the active participation of all group members that cannot be achieved by themselves in the classroom, rather the required practice. The agencies recognize that annual training may not work in manner that allows combined training hours to extend over a period for 3 years. Finally, the joint training should contain more suggestions for the formation of prosecutions of the multiple work groups that is of the pilots, cabin crew, and technical personnel. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, my name is Neidy Gaona. The flight and cabin crew teamwork improving safety in aviation. An observation ride on a toilet and flight might to be possible. There is another possible option. As a part of a joint training, the observation flight could be conducted during a pilot simulator training session. While this may not allow the cabin crew access to the simulator section, the section of could be offered at a minimum to those cabin crew that are considered cursors or leads at the air carrier. As the lead in the cabin, this observation interaction could allow for better, clear, and more concise discussions relate to cabin flight ensure. Specifically, the cabin crew lead discussing and covering with the pilot lead on course on the action necessary to mitigate situation in the cabin. One of the reasons for CRM training is to reduce the frequency and severity of crew-based errors. It is not just about getting along. Flight deck and cabin crew members need to help enhance the safe operation of the flight. CRM philosophy and training will continue with to involve to ensure crew members and other essential aviation. Employees have the tools to ensure a continuous safety operation of aircraft. As a part of that growth, the aviation community must also continue to access any impediments to that effective team recognition of errors and mitigation of those concerns. That means continues to look at areas like cultural differences that can affect the interaction of multiple work groups during problem solving. The physical barriers like the improved flight, the clothes, and different resting schedules can also create feeling of isolation, both real and emotional. Instant crew members are not sharing only technical or need to know information. Communication is more than facts, especially when relevant to CRM philosophies. Finally, there is a training aspect or CRM. Joint CRM training is not a new concept. It is just one that still needs more development and refinement as way to improve the CRM. The lack of interaction between the different work groups, specifically in this case the pilots and cabin crew, can have a negative effect on crew coordination in normal operation, as well as emergency. The training interaction also allows for continued understanding and appreciation of the other crew members' role, to continue to foster the sense of work as a cohesive team, with collective responsibility between the flight deck cabin crew members to share necessary safety information. We need to relate the available CRM tools. Thank you for your attention.